You think Melo is done?
Yeah, I think Melo done
Wow, bro.
because he's a liability defensively, and he's not. Uh, you're you're a liability defensively, and then on top of that, you're not offensively efficient as you were when you were younger. So I think he's done, bro. I mean, I'm sure somebody's gonna pick him up. He's gonna sit at the end of somebody's bench, but he has Carmelo still has that pride of I'm one of the greatest ever, so I should still be playing because I can still play. But yeah, I think he's done, man.
When you look at this list of the free agents that's remaining, who do you think is the top free agent remaining that's not signed out of this list?
I actually think that I think everybody on here is very similar, and a person that I like on this list that pops out to me specifically is is was two people. Actually, it's Isaiah Thomas and
Mm-hmm.
it's Tristan Thompson.
Hmm.
Those are the two that pop out to me on this entire list. Not saying that these other guys can't get it done, but those two I know will go to a team and contribute. Isaiah will be a spark off the bench. He's still got a good 2-3 years left of of uh, of of being a seventh, sixth, seventh, or eighth man off the bench that can explode and give you 10 to 15 off the bench. Tristan Thompson can still give you eight to ten rebounds, 8 to 10 points, and 1 to 2 blocks.
Right.
So I feel like he still is a presence. He actually did well with the Bulls, but I believe he got hurt, and um, and then the whole Bulls team just collapsed due to injuries.
But my
But
thing is, you said that you feel like these guys have similarities. Where do you feel like the similarities are with this list? Do you feel like just about all of these guys could be a factor in helping a team win a chip, or do you feel like all these guys are similar because they all damn near washed up?
yeah, they're uh, both. They're all of them are near the end if they're not already there, and all of them could contribute to a team either as because the NBA is super young, and these guys could go either one of these guys could go to a team and actually be a vocal leader, like kind of like what's my guy and what's my guy that's in Miami.
Who?
Um, um,
Tyler Hero?
I'm talking about the older guy. Braids.
Uh, you're talking about, oh my goodness,
Udonis
Udonis
Haslam.
Haslam. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I feel like in Udonis Haslam plays a big role. Like he's the guy that's vocal, that's giving everybody that's that's pumping everybody up, getting them ready to play, keeping them professional, and that's why Miami, without having a great team, a lot of those guys got confidence and they play well. They've been playing well for each and every year, pretty much for the last 3-4 years.
Let me ask you this though, because you brought up an interesting point, something that we had debated a little while ago when it comes to Udonis Haslam. I feel like he's definitely relevant to the Miami culture, even in
Yeah.
year 20. But
Yes.
do you feel like he's taking up a roster spot because Miami, they still short on getting over the hump? Do you feel like that not Hassan, do you feel like Udonis Haslam is taking up an important roster spot for Miami to get better?
I don't think so, and I think that they have a. I think that they they were one. We're talking about a team that was only one shot away from making it to the finals. With like the last, think about it, the year that they made it to the finals, uh, they had three starters that were hurt. The year that they did make it to the finals and they lost to the Lakers in a bubble, they had three starters that were hurt. Then if you transition to last season, um, they were banged up, and one of their newcomer or whatever hero was completely hurt. Jimmy was playing on one leg, so injury kind of bit them the last couple of seasons that they were successful.
Dennis Schroeder, what do you think about him?
Ah man,
Because
he's
in the
still
live chat, they feel like some feel like Dennis Schroeder is by far the best player that's on this list.
I wouldn't put Dennis Schroeder over Isaiah Thomas. I'm not gonna do that.
Really?
Yeah, Dennis Schroeder, he's too selfish of a player, and that's why he has the game and he has the skill and he should be because he's the youngest person on this whole entire list. He should be the guy that can play. Remember, he shot himself in the foot with the Lakers. He's supposed to be playing with the Lakers right now on a 80-90 million dollar deal. But remember, he messed it up.
Yeah, he really blew and it was like a snowball effect because not only did he didn't get his money, he really didn't get no time. Like when he went to Boston.
Yeah, he went to Boston and he ended up being they traded him out of Boston to somewhere, and then he wasn't in the league. I mean, I don't know, was it who did he go to? Because Boston traded him to somewhere.
I don't know if they bought him out, and he's been a free agent since then.
Yeah, so he's selfish. He's too selfish as a player. That's why ain't nobody rocking. Ain't nobody rocking.
What do you think about this guy right here, BA?
I think that he's about to surprise everybody. Yeah, like people, it's crazy how people they remember it's a what have you done for me lately league, and that's cool. It's gonna be like that, but people forget that he's an all NBA player. Like he's an all NBA player. He can't shoot, but he's all NBA. He doesn't. He's about a 4 out of 10 when it comes to shooting and in shooting, but in all other aspects of his game, he averages out at about a 7 or 7.5. So people better watch out for him, especially when he get that ball off the board and he just run and he gives Kyrie a lot of time off the ball. It's gonna be interesting.
Now, by no means, bro, am I saying that Ben Simmons is better than Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving. But when you look at what the Nets are up against, what they do potentially have,
Yeah.
am I out of pocket by saying that Ben Simmons could wind up being the most valuable player for this team? Because I feel like they're not going to get over the hump without him, as weird as that sound.
Yeah, but that's true though. I believe that he's the most valuable player, just like James Harden was the most valuable player on the net on the Nets before he left.
Right.
Why? Because he was the ball handler and distributor. He was the one that set up everything. That was the only time in his career since he's left Oklahoma City where he actually stepped back and was like, man, I'm just going to control the pace by actually getting people open. He wasn't taking a lot of crazy wild shots when both of them boys was on the floor with him. And I feel like Ben is the most he's going to be the most valuable due to he's going to set the pace, and then as well as set the pace. Now KD don't have to guard the best wing or the best two guard on the squad. Now he got his legs.
What position, at least going into this season, do you feel like fits Ben best to play with, now that he got Kyrie and KD? Like, where would you put him at?
He's gonna be the point forward. He's gonna be point forward. He's gonna be banging. He's gonna be banging in the paint some days. Some days he's gonna be out on that, but most days he's gonna be out on that perimeter, slowing people down.
So a point forward actually has usage, actually does some facilitating to a point. Yeah. So you think they're going to take the ball out of Kyrie's hands and give it to Ben Simmons?
Yeah, exactly. The thing that Kyrie's going to get the ball more half court, and he's going to bring the ball down sometimes, because he's Kyrie. But Ben is going to set the plate. He's gonna build that. He's gonna start the tempo. That's what. Remember, I don't know if you remember. Like that's what James Harden did when James Harden was in the middle. He was the one that was actually bringing the ball down most cases. Kyrie just went to the wing when they got into the half. When they wanted to get to that one-on-one play, and they got to that half court.
Right.
That's when he gave the ball up to KD or Kyrie to do whatever.
The only thing about that was we didn't see enough games with those three together to see how it worked. because someone had brought that up to me before that, they could see Ben Simmons being more of a facilitator, even though you got Kyrie on your ball club. And my argument was, and you can let me know what you think about this, I just feel like Kyrie, his handles, his skill set, if you take the basketball out of Kyrie Irving's hands, you're actually taking away his strength. Even though he's a good shooter, he could play off the ball, but I feel like him being on the ball, being able to break down defenses and double teams, that's what makes him so great. So if you're taking the ball out of his hands, how are you not sacrificing the success of your team overall, even though you might be helping Ben individually?
I mean, I feel like LeBron did it. LeBron took the ball out of Kyrie's hands, and they were successful.
Yeah.
I feel like Ben Simmons could do the same thing, because at the end of the day, you still got KD on the other side of the floor. And Kyrie, his handling is so amazing that he doesn't need to have the ball from one baseline to the other. Kyrie can get the ball at half court. He can get the ball coming out of a set and break somebody down. Kyrie can get the ball. You can swing the ball. He can actually hit open jumpers. He's a good catch and shoot player too. Like, he has his offensive package is amazing, and people forget that because we fall in love with his handle. But I feel like he went to in the finals. What he average in the finals? 27, 28 points with LeBron.
And he had 240 games. He had some big time games, and he hit the big three.
And a lot of times, and if you go back and watch that series, a lot of times he wasn't the person that was actually handling the ball majority of the time.
But who on Brooklyn is LeBron James of 2016?
That's the thing about it. They won't need that. They don't need that because they have Kevin Durant and and Simmons is going to be the predominant ball handler that's going to get everybody open, because he's going to blow by everybody and dunk on everybody. He's going to have the left hand, right hand hook in the paint, because he's got pretty good footwork, and he can score around the basket when before he was getting before they scared. I don't know what his phobia. Before he got in his little phobia bag, he could get to the basket and do all of that stuff. There's going to be a lot of times where people are going to have to actually run and bump and push him out of his comfortable spots. And like I said, Kyrie is going to cut. KD going to cut. They both going to pop and shoot. Someday, in other situations, key moments, okay, here you go. Here goes the ball, KD, or here goes the ball, Kyrie. Pressure situation. I feel like it's going to work out well.
Last two questions on this. Number one, will Steve Nash screw this up? And number two, is New York too big for Ben Simmons?
Nah, I think that I feel like with him, I don't think it was if you can play in Philadelphia, you can play anywhere, I believe, because Philly is just as bad as New York. And I feel like with Ben, it wasn't the fans that rattled him. It was your own teammate Joel Embiid making these slick comments, and it was your head coach making slick comments too.
Facts.
I think that's what got to him. Because he's like, man, my own team doesn't even believe in me.
No, you're right, bro. 150,000%. I felt like that was definitely the reason why, he just decided it's just time for me just to go, or at least not play with y'all no more. I don't know how it's going to play out. That's a fact. All right, BA, I appreciate you, bro. I'm about to get up out of here, man. I hope you have a safe weekend, family.
Hey, you too, bro. I don't know why you put Ben Simmons for MVP. I don't know about all of that. We're gonna be a key player.
I was just kind of, my clickbaiting ways and shit, but I was just thinking like, man, how valuable to the Brooklyn Nets would Ben Simmons be? We know KD is the best player. We know how explosive Kyrie is, but is this thing really only going to work because of Ben Simmons? Like, how valuable is Ben? I think his importance to this unit is more important than anything on that team.
Yeah, well, all I can say, bro, is thanks for having me on, and to be continued, brethren. Team 30 for 30. You already know.
All right, man. I want to thank you guys for listening into another episode of the Best of Seven Sports Talk. I'm Seven Mitchell, man. Make sure you follow the show to be sure to be notified about the next episode. Also, I'll put the Linktree link in the description so you can follow us on social media as well as donate and contribute to our platform. See you guys again on the next episode. Peace.